Hello, hello, hello. My name is George Gilbert, and today we're going to talk about my experiences with Scientology. You know, the cult. Well, cult. Thing is, people love saying, it's a cult, and it's not a religion. It's just trying to brainwash people to give them their money. Not true. Not in my experiences, anyway. One day, a couple of years ago now, I was walking through London near St Paul's Cathedral and walked past this huge, colossal stone building, beautiful place. And it turned out to be the Scientology HQ in the UK. And outside, I knew this because outside there was a sign. And on this sign it said, "Come inside today for a free personality test." And I'm always curious about these sorts of things. I've never been in therapy, never done any of that gobbledygook question taking. Don't really believe in it myself. But a free personality test, if it's free, I love a freebie. So I thought, I'll go in, see what the crack is. And so I walked in, said to the bloke on reception, "Oh, can I have a free personality test?" He says, yeah, I'll just call my colleague over. Comes down this lady, says, "Oh, you want a personality test? We are Scientology, and this will be a good decision you've made." Okay, let's get to it. So she says to me, "Here's a questionnaire. I kid you not, I think it was about 75 questions. And they're such bizarre, random questions. There's no common theme. And how this can determine what my personality is all about and how that can benefit me, I don't know. But as I say, I had a bit of time to kill, so I thought, what's the worst that can happen?" The questions, as I say, they were very random. The first one might have been, "Do you like cats as pets?" And then the next one is, "Do you enjoy doing the dishwasher at home?" And it's one of them, you tick a box, so it's totally disagree, somewhat disagree, neither agree nor disagree, agree or totally agree, one of them. And yeah, so there's about 75 of them, so it just took ages. And I didn't really believe this would amount to anything, but at least I can say I've tried it. Because what I said at the beginning, people love manufacturing this image of certain movements, ideologies or religions in their head. They have this preconceived idea, when actually they haven't done any research whatsoever on whatever it is they've made an opinion on. So I wasn't really... I've never been one to just dive in and make judgments about people or things too soon. I'm always trying to learn more before I give my opinion. I think that's a wise move to make, if I do say so myself. So, did all the questions. Took ages. That's an hour I'll never get back. Handed it back to the woman. She goes, "All right, thank you." Ran it through the system. And it gave us back a scatter graph of my results. So it could have been, "Oh, you're quite argumentative." Oh, guilty. "Quite argumentative here, so you could do a bit of work, but you seem to be quite shy when it comes to romance." So, okay. "But here, you're very confident," or that sort of thing. Again, how they can judge that from questions on these weird and wonderful questions, God knows. But hey-ho. So there's a scatter graph, and then she said, "Right, because you're lacking in confidence in this sector, I tell you what, we can give you a little course to do, small fee." I thought, well, here we go. Here's where they get your money. So for a small fee, you can do a little course, and through Scientology's principles, we can help mend that lackluster sector in your personality. So yeah. How much are we talking? Because again, I'm not tight, but I'm careful, a little bit stingy. So she told me about all the courses they do. There's about 14 in total, and all seem to be fairly. They are trying to construct you into a better person, improve your life, and I'm all for that. But when she came up with a course, she gave me the book, so I can read the blurb about the book, and she said £35. That's tuppence. You talk about Tom Cruise or John Travolta, is it? All these famous Scientologists. Oh, they're just in it for your money. Yeah, 35 quid? Don't think so, mate. That's nothing to them. First myth debunked, just like that. Anyway, so I thought to myself, I'm not in London a great deal, but every now and again I do venture to town for work. And you do this course, I think it's about 8 hours in total, and you break it up into sections. So, yeah, you normally do 1 hour a day for 8 times if it is an 8-hour long course. Some of them are full-time, some of them are part-time. And what you do, you go into the office and there's a study room. And in said study room, there's normally various other students, and you sit, it's silent like a library, and you pick a desk, sit there, there's little fiddly bits to try and help you work things out, get your pen and stuff, dictionaries, all of that jazz. And the tutor at the front of the thing, she supervises it, does a little walkabout here and there in case you need a hand. And yeah, so I thought to myself, I'll do it. What's the worst that can happen? I'm £35 worse off. So I inducted into the course, and of all the different courses, the most famous one's Dianetics. It's like the Bible for Scientologists. But I chose the how to achieve self-confidence. I've never felt like I'm lacking in confidence, but you can never have too much. I'm a great believer in that. Confidence is a good thing, but there is a fine line between confidence and arrogance, so be careful. Tread with caution. Anyway, I did the how to achieve self-confidence one, and I'll tell you what, I learned a lot, and considering in my head I was going into some sort of brainwashed cult of people, because that's all I'd heard. You see these documentaries on telly, you see people giving their two penneth about Scientology, when actually they know nothing. They've not interacted with Scientology, they don't learn the tenets of Scientology. It's just a load of old codswallop, what people say about things. Why are they so inclined to give their opinion on different subjects when they haven't done their research? It just doesn't make sense to me, quite frankly. And it's a shame, because then it's like Chinese whispers. Everyone then goes on to believe it is a cult, when actually they just want me to feel a bit more confident. Is that such a crime in the 21st century? I'll tell you what, it's so this is a textbook you're given. So you take this to the study room, you go through it. There's lots of different chapters. So here we go. Section 1, student orientation. So it just tells you how to best be a student. It's like a university course, if you like. Anyway, introduction to how to achieve self-confidence course. Self-confidence, security, self-respect, self-trust, be competent, demonstrated competence, professionalism. And then you get a final course exercise. So as you can see, you're going through all these different sections and you're learning how to be self-respectful or self-trustful, or you learn how to be competent, how to come across professionally. And you get these little illustrations, little anecdotes. Some of it's a bit heavy. Now, he can break contracts with mama and papa and God and the devil, and he can make and break contracts all the way up and down the line in all directions. And we find one contract which he mustn't break, the contract with himself. It's true. If you promise that you're going to do something to someone and then don't do it, then not only are you end up going to not only are you going to end up not trusting yourself, but people are just going to think you're a bit of a liar. Don't know whether I'm allowed to swear on this. It's my first ever podcast. But yeah, you got a little illustration of a desirable version of you. It's all very much keep a good posture, firm handshake, look someone in the eye, say their name. It's life tips in a way. And what I come to realise is that if you apply what they're telling you, you can be a better version of yourself. You can be more confident. You can trust yourself more, feel more secure in who you are as a person. These are all things that so many people are lacking in this day and age. It's all, I might have mental health problems. I can't... Approach things with a bit of oomph, please. Yeah? People are so namby-pamby. Just learn how to be confident. And we all know, if you are confident, it's because you live your truth. You don't lie to people. You don't lie to yourself. If you promise yourself you're going to do something, bloody do it. Yeah? Because if you don't, you won't even believe in yourself. You don't believe you can go and make $1 million by age 30 or run this business and employ 50 people by the end of the year, or any goal that you have. If you can't even get the basics in line, then you're just going to fail. And I'm not going to have any sympathy for you because you don't deserve to win. Because there's a damn sight more people out there who are hungrier than you and more persistent than you. Yeah? They will always outwork you. So you need to be confident in yourself. But I think it's an overarching issue in today, actually, how something as not small as Scientology, because it's a global institution, if you like now. It's one of the fastest growing religions in the world, if not the fastest. And they do great work. They do charity. Suppose there's an earthquake in Haiti or something. It's always a group of Scientologists going out there and fixing what needs to be fixed and giving aid to the poor villagers. They're good people. And I do believe that anything in life that helps you to be a better, more moral person is only a benefit. Because, yes, you could sit here and say, oh, Scientology's a cult, don't touch it with a barge pole. But ultimately, I'd much rather be a Scientologist than smoking the old doobie every day, getting pissed every weekend. These people live with purpose. And it's living with purpose that so many people don't have today. That's why they just drift aimlessly through life, not achieving anything. And it's then when the cauldron of mental health troubles starts bubbling away. Because you've got no direction. You're not living for anything. Humans are tribal animals. We need to live for things. We've always followed religions or spirits or mythical gods. Today, none of that. The more secular we become as a society, the more aimlessly drifting through life we go. And that just makes you depressed, fundamentally. If something like Scientology gives good advice to help you live life to the fullest, and it's giving people purpose and meaning in their life, then ultimately it's a good thing. So before you start judging Scientologists or Scientology as a religion, I suggest you actually investigate. Do a bit of reading on it. And yes, there are radical strains of each and every religion out there. Yes, some of them do believe in these intergalactic gods that twist our fate, that they're evil. Okay, believe what you want. But what are you, a Christian? Well, they've got some weird and wacky ideas as well. What, are you a Muslim? As do they. So, if you can use anything in this world to your benefit, to help you be a better citizen, then do it, is my advice. And I'm not a Scientologist, I'm not a member. I dabble. If you're ever in London, or anywhere with a Scientology hub or retreat, give it a go. It's free of charge, if that's what you're scared of. Yeah, I'd advise it though. There's lots of different... Supposing you're behind in romance, or you're seeking a promotion at work, or you're inconfident. There's a course for lots of different things that can help your needs. And I'm not on their payroll, not earning commission from this. I just want people to be more open-minded. Stop pigeonholing all these different ideas and movements into, oh, good, oh, they're bad. Oh, yeah, I've heard bad things, they must be evil. My uncle told me they're quite bad, so they're evil. No. Make your own minds up. Because Chinese whispers do exist. And when people go off on a tangent, oh, it must be bad, then they just never open their gaze to exploring that school of thought. It's wrong. Keep an open mind, people. Right, that's my little journey in Scientology. I earned the certificate because a few people out there have been seen on my Instagram. I posted a picture of me and my certificate of passing the course. And they go, "Oh, George, are you all right? Oh, knew it was like that. Knew it was one of them." No, I'm normal. They're normal. If anything, what struck me when I first walked into that Scientology building was everyone was so smartly dressed. Everyone looked clean, everyone looked happy, everyone looked successful. It screamed opportunity, prosperity. And they say, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with in your life. Now, if I'm spending time with these smart, clean, happy, successful people, then I'm going to be more like them. And actually, that's right up my street. I'd love that, please. So don't judge books by their cover. And just because someone somewhere has told you that Scientology is bad, doesn't mean it's true. Yeah? People used to think smoking fags was bad. Not true. Someone somewhere approached it with an open mind and thought, no, I think that's a load of rubbish. I'm going to do some scientific research to see if it really is bad, smoking cigarettes. And they were right. If we're all closed-minded as you, then nothing will ever change. We'll never learn anything. So I suggest you be more open-minded and try new things like Scientology, because it might be the best thing you ever do. Right, I'm going on to the Q&A now. I'm going to do a Q&A after each episode of one of these I do, just to include you, because I'm thoughtful and I'm very kind like that. So I'll either be tweeting or posting it on YouTube or maybe my Instagram story, before I film, just like, oh, send in your questions. I feel so narcissistic. Send me your questions so I can answer them and give you a better perspective on your life or your troubles. Who do I think I am? Norman Vincent Peale? God. Shame on me. Right. Some of you did ask some questions, so thank you for that, because it's given me something to chew the fat on to close this episode. But I think I'm going to enjoy it. I'm just going to read them out at random. Let's go to YouTube. Hi, George. If you could re-enter the Big Brother house, would you and why? Also, what would you avoid saying if there is anything? Would you also try to refrain from speaking your opinions more, but still share them? Bloody hell, mate. I said one question, not three. That is from Mario Mindblocks on YouTube. Thank you, Mario. Would I re-enter the Big Brother house? Well, Big Brother was my favourite reality show. It brands itself as a social experiment, containing people from all different walks of life. That's perfect. That's where I thrive. That's what I wanted. I think that's why I was picked, because they know I would have been a good housemate. And I was told that I was a quality housemate, even by the producers, who got me gone through gritted teeth. But it was lawyers that got me oofed out. So, would I re-enter? Knowing what I know now, that I can't be myself in the house, it would certainly put a dampener on things. Would I advise it for someone who's anything like me to go into the Big Brother house? Well, maybe. If you can bite your tongue, yes. But then if you're biting your tongue, you're coming across fake. If you're coming across fake, do you really want to live as a version that isn't your true self? I mean, that's why I went on the old Scientology course, so I could live more confidently and be myself. If they're prizing that away from me, it's not really the place I want to be honest with you. Having said that, I did enjoy my time. I got on with all my housemates. Not housemates, mate's a strong word. Not companions. House accomplices. And they all liked me. That's a shame. I know I was portrayed as some sort of villain in there, but I'm really not. I'm a nice guy. Honest. No, I would go in there, I suppose, because I did enjoy it, and I feel I've got more to say. I was only scratching the surface. But, I mean, as it was, I was trying to wind down the talk that kept getting me in trouble. Not that I wanted to. But, hey-ho, life goes on. I would still share all my opinions and try and do it a bit more passively, but at the end of the day, it's an entertainment show, and I want to feel fired up, because that's what makes good telly. If I'm watching it, I don't want to see a house that gets on with each other. I want to see a house that's fireworks every night. A house that hates each other. Because I'll tell you something, you can tell more about a person by how they treat who they dislike than how they treat who they like. It's all very well to act friendly, act loving towards your companions, but if you hate someone, how do you treat them? Do you turn a blind eye and agree to disagree? Or do you proper put the boot in, alienate them, marginalise them, villainise them? Most people choose the latter. That's why we're so tribal right now. People can't get on with one another, even if they disagree, but that's a whole new episode in itself, so we'll move on. Let's go to X now. So here's one from Shiny McShine. Pretty good name. How did you start your acting career, and what things have you appeared in? I particularly want to know more about the Stagecoach bus advert. Yeah, I think I did the rounds while I was in the house, the old Stagecoach advert I did. A few years ago, I went up to Manchester, just a couple of days, 4 of us. We were the heroes. I suppose I was main character. I had 2 verses. It was a song, the advert, like a rap. But my voice was dubbed over. I couldn't make it for the day they were recording audio. So I don't sound like me, and it's not me, that's why. Anyway, I got the Stagecoach advert through an open call on Instagram. I was on the acting hamster wheel. I'll probably go into that at some point soon, so I won't go into that too much today. But yeah, I was on the acting hamster wheel trying to get jobs, as you do. It's tough out there. Bloody competitive, I'll tell you that for free. Saw a casting call on Instagram. A mate of mine sent it to me, actually. I was looking for Gen Z types, and that's why I grow my hair out, because I look very progressive, very liberal, actually. If I saw me walking down the street, I'd think, oh, he's definitely liberal. I'd probably think I'm gay as well. But I'm not. So 1-0, fooled you. And yes, I went for it. I had to do a little self-tape. It's like the modern version of an audition in this post-COVID era. Suits me, though, because you can do it in your back garden. Do as many takes as you like until you're happy with it. So I like a self-tape. Even though you can't build that chemistry with the casting director. So pros and cons. Anyway, got the gig, and went out to Manchester, shot that. Good fun. And what's more, it's good for your CV, because if you can show that you have got experience in front of camera, you can go on to do whatever. The world's your oyster. So, how did I start my acting career? I'll go into that another time, but you just got to take any opportunity that comes your way. Always put your name in the hat if you fit the brief on any casting call you see, because someone's got to get the job, so why can't it be you? What is the biggest issue you believe young people face today in this toxic political climate? From Pigeon Face for Life on YouTube. Why can't people just use normal names? I bet that person's name is like John or something. Pigeon Face for Life. If that floats your boat, you do you, but I'm sure you've got a lovely name. You don't need to change your name. What's the biggest issue young people face? I think economical reasons are the biggest issue we face. Getting on the housing ladder. Keeping a job. Because so many people are going through education, bending over backwards to get degrees in this or that, mostly David Beckham studies, all nonsense degrees. Sociologists, or even therapists, even so far as doctors and lawyers. These are all knowledge-based jobs. So give it 5 years, 10 years if you're lucky. I think AI is going to trump you out of the water and leave you redundant. Whereas it's the blue-collar jobs, like the plumbers, the electricians, the roofers, that are going to be quids in. Mark my words. Can you imagine a robot up on a roof doing your tiling? Not for a long time. But can I imagine a robot as a therapist, as I vent my thoughts to it, and then it gives me life advice? Or even doctors, GPs. You've got doctors that are giving advice. Oh, my leg hurts. Or I keep getting migraines. Oh, take this medicine. A robot can do that. Easy peasy. So if you're learning to approach a knowledge-based career, I'd have another think. Sorry to break it to you, but I do think you're going to be in big trouble. So, young people face problems with regards to economics more than any other in the foreseeable future, I believe. And how we can tackle recessions back in the day, like the 1929 Wall Street crash. How did America bounce back from that? How did they combat their troubles? Well, they had that community feel. They all followed the same religion, the same moral principles. They all felt as one people, as Obama would say. But now we're a nation of strangers. So how we will combat future economic crises, I don't know. Maybe we'll need to join Scientology, because that's the only way I think we're going to rise from our upcoming fate. Tough times ahead. So that's my answer. We need to sort out economic problems, or go as we are, but create a more cohesive society. I think that's the only way we're going to eradicate future ills facing young people. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there because I'm getting on a bit now. I'm waffling. Right, thank you very much for tuning in. This was the first ever podcast style video that I've shot. So thanks for being here. I've enjoyed it. Hopefully the first of many, but we will see. And if you are thinking of getting into Scientology, give it a go. I'm not one still in it myself, but whenever I'm in London and got a bit of time to kill, I'm going to go in there, because they are making people's lives better. People who are lost, they're feeling like they've found their purpose again. Or maybe it's not Scientology that floats your boat. Maybe it's Christianity or any other movement. It doesn't have to be a religion. But I don't see Scientology as a religion myself. That's why I'm juggling with that. I think Scientology is more an ideology that aims to self-improve. It's a self-help philosophy to have. It's not so much a religion. Plus, they call it the Church of Scientology, so it does have a... When I first went in, I thought it was some sort of sect in Christianity. But it's not. It's its own thing, and it just wants to make your life better. It's not a cult. It's not a religion, I think. It is a religion by definition. It calls itself a religion. But I think all it will do for you is make you a better person. Live with more meaning, more purpose, and navigate through life more successfully. Is that such a bad thing? Let me know what you think below. Thank you very much. See you soon.